is the voice of Zimbabwe. This is the voice of Zimbabwe broadcasting on.
This is just a typical of what we, the uneducated people, are voicing. The general uneducated people. We do not broadcast from ZBC, but we broadcast from what we have. There is a document that speaks on behalf of our country, which is called the Constitution of Zimbabwe. This one that I've got here was actually enacted, or let me read what it says. This act may be cited as the Constitution of Zimbabwe, amendment number 20, Act 2013. We just have a few questions that we need to ask the learned people of Zimbabwe, especially to our president. We want to ask you to help us understand what the Constitution says and what it is. My first question comes from the section that follows, that I'm going to ask you to help us understand. It is coming from our Constitution, section 90, and from subsection 1, it reads, the president must uphold, defend, obey, and respect this Constitution as the supreme law of the nation, and must ensure that this Constitution and all the other laws are faithfully observed. I don't really understand what it means, but I just need to ask how and what is he supposed to do? And it reads in subsection 2A, promote unity and peace in the nation for the benefits and well-being of all the people of Zimbabwe. Not only a few, but all. What does all mean? This is where the first question is. Because we want to know if the president defends or is the custodian of this Constitution. Why I'm asking that question? Because the voice of Zimbabwe has, or we think it has been violated. Because it says in the same Constitution, section 59, it says, every person has the right to demonstrate and to present petition, but these rights must be exercised peacefully. We don't know whether it's only ZANU-PF supporters that have got the rights to do this, because we saw earlier this month that when people tried to express or to demonstrate, they were victimized. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but this is a question that you need to answer us. Then I need to ask another question that we also need to be answered. The question is, in section 53 of the same Constitution, freedom from torture or cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment or punishment. What really is it when people are followed by the police? There are so many videos circulating where the police is actually brutalizing people, for instance in Epworth. What are you really doing about this, President? You are the custodian of the Constitution. We need you to say something. You haven't said anything. Here it says, no person may be subject to physical or psychological torture or to cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. You know, like some of us that are not educated, we might not understand this. But we want you to help us understand this, what it means. Okay, let me leave that question. Hopefully you are going to answer our question. Earlier this month, Pastor Ivan Mawarire came up and he called for several things, and he said enough is enough. But I've got a question. If President, you are the custodian of the Constitution and you are doing everything according to the book, was it right or was it wrong for Evans to call for you to step down? Or it is wrong? Here lies my question. Section 97, which says removal of president or vice president from office. These are the conditions that are set in the same constitution that you signed into authority. It says if there's a serious misconduct, I'm not saying there was misconduct from your side, but I'm asking you to introspect yourself and ask yourself whether the police brutality that you have been quiet about, it was misconduct or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just an honest citizen that is asking a question who is not learned like you. As you can see, my English is not pure like yours. Here's the second one. It says, failure to obey, uphold, or defend the Constitution. I'm not saying you failed to obey or defend the Constitution. I'm simply asking whether your silence, it simply means you've obeyed or you've defended the Constitution. As for today, I think these are my questions. I will ask you more questions, Mr. President, and I will be posting more. Mr. President, I hope to meet you in the avenues very soon. Bye.